introduce to you, I have to read his name, I think, right? Ezequias Encarnacion Bello, otherwise known as Ezekiel.
Wow. I understand why everyone that came here came like so fresh, so clean, and they left like all sweaty. I'm gonna tell you, this is scary. But even though I might faint, it's an honor to speak in front of so many elegant women. Oh, and guys too, my bad. I mean, you can even smell the perfume from here. You know what these look like? The Oscar Awards. I mean, you got Paula looking like Shakira, Jose looking like the Latino Kevin Hart. You got my dad looking like Vin Diesel today. And you got Mr. John, like Clint Eastwood. Go ahead and make my day. 572 days, 19 hours, 53 minutes. That's how long I've been part of SPP, but who's counting? My time here has been full of lessons that I will put in practice in my life. Some of them, I learned them in a good way, and others in a bad way. That's why I titled my speech, 5 Main Lessons I Could Never Forget from SPP. My first lesson is that a place is not who you are. I mean, just because a lot of you are from Minnesota, it doesn't mean that you don't get cold, right? You don't get cold. When I used to live in Dominican, I would see baseball players without education, signing contracts to play. But after 2 years, they were broke. Others who didn't make it and became drug dealers and other things, you get me? That's the reality of the place I grew up in. But I would look at myself in the mirror. And I would say, I will make the difference. I will be the exception. I saw the opportunity when I came here to school. I thought teachers and a student would say, he's just an athlete. I was supposed to be dumb. I mean, I'm not so much intelligent, but. They expect me to be like the rest in that place. That's how I was treated back in Dominican. I mean, I was 16 years old, and I didn't even know algebra. But my dream was bigger than my reality. That brings me to my second lesson. People can change your life. My math teacher, Mr. Kramer, told me one time, keep fighting, because your future depends on it. It's like a Steph Curry shooting the tree, you know? He might miss, but he will continue shooting because the game is not over. He told me, continue fighting because you still have time to do it. My dad told me one time, fight, but fight for a purpose. You need to have a vision for what you truly want. It needs to be something that pulls you so hard that it will make you stay up late and wake up early. That pull is family. All your parents are here. Our SPP family too. That family includes parents, host parents, teachers, and fellow classmates. You guys sitting out there are the ones that give us the power to continue. Which leads me to my third lesson. A principal doesn't have to be a freak old-time grandpa like the movies. First impressions aren't always right. When I first saw Mr. John in his tie and his formal speeches, like, young fellow, what is your last name? That was the first word he told me when I met him. I thought he would be a dictator. But I guess he proved me to be old, but with a young soul. Last year, I ended up Mr. John's office, not once, but twice. Once about my grades, and one for fighting. I'm sorry, Mom. I saw his mad face. I was scared. Mr. Yomar is like seeing the sun eclipse. He's red or scared. He was disappointed, but as always, he ended with a motivational speech saying, "Young fella, do you know what it takes to get to the finish line? Are you willing to go the extra mile? You're not just anybody. You're here for a purpose, to make a dream come true." Who doesn't get inspired with that? Hearing Mr. John give me a speech was like hearing a grandpa give a speech. Slow, smooth, a touch. Once again, I was being told to keep fighting. I tell you again, like me, I know you will get tired, but if you have the will, the determination will give you that extra strength, that extra point that you need to succeed. And my dream is coming true because of motivation. My first lesson is that sometimes motivation comes in softer hands, like the hands of a lady. Hey, don't get me wrong, it's not that. Just imagine that here in the United States, I live with 3 beautiful sisters, and of course my mama. I mean, they pushed me through this. Thanks to them, I'm wearing this hat. But not only them, but teacher at SPP. I mean, there's a lot of males too that say thank you. But I remember Mr. T, Mr. Wiggin, Mr. Kramer, everybody that was a guy talking to me about my grades. I don't know, it just didn't click. It didn't click. But Miss Thorman last year will come like, EJ, please sign me after school. I need to talk to you. I remember that day like yesterday. She was tearing. I remember that day was like, we need to give a speech or like write a speech about our life back in Dominican or where you were from. And she was tearing, I almost cried. And she was like, EJ, I'm gonna tell you something. I wrote your speech and you're a fighter, but you're not fighting right now. You need to continue fighting because you have come too close to make your dream come true. Don't let it down. I was crying like, you know that I say men can't cry? I was a man and I was crying like a girl. I mean, she just touched me. And I want to thank her a lot because thanks to her, I'm wearing this. I seen was her soft touch and her teary eyes that pushed me to perform. But so what is that make us different from the others around the world? Faith. All of us in this room have our families and other forces believing in us. SPP is many forces together. We conquer what our friends back home haven't. We have the support of our family, teachers, and women throughout this fight. I endeavor to act in the name of prestige, honor, and respect for SPP. I train my mind and my body for any occasion. I acknowledge the fact that my family and teacher expect me to succeed. I look to my graduating friends, to those who bring me to this world, and those who have taught me, and I will draw strength from them. Who am I? I'm a falcon. I will gladly go out in the world, and I will move, groove, and do everything that I can do to reach my goals and dreams. And when I get there, I'm gonna arrive with proud. Who am I? I'm a falcon. In front of me, I have teachers that have been with me through sacrifices, through late nights, and through tears. Men cry. Never will I let them down, and I will never forget what they have done. Because thanks to them, and we're doing it tonight. Who am I? I'm a falcon. I'm sorry to do it. Who are we?